But the truth is 82% of folks making below median income across the country live in private, unrestricted housing. And right now in Charlotte, for every new affordable housing unit that we build, we're losing more units when properties like this get bought and upgraded and the rents increase to where they're no longer affordable to folks making 80, 60, 50, and 30% AMI. And so we have to have both. And so I am really excited about what we've done. This project was a launching pad for us to prove that it can be done in a very complicated manner, serve a wide range of needs, and also be done on a large property. And part of what happened when we were closing this is we got introduced to some investors in town who are interested in making an impact, wanted to see this NOAA preservation platform grow, and ended up leading to what's now called Housing Impact Fund, which is a $58 million fund that we're a part of that's out to acquire about 1,500 more units of properties like this in Charlotte over the next 2 years. And so I really hope that that sets a precedent for this community to not only take as much advantage of LIHTC as we can on the new construction side, but also preserve NOAA, because I think the combination of the two is actually going to make a substantial impact in reducing the deficit of affordable housing that we have.
Yeah, and let's talk about that fund that you all launched and now have closed out. You launched that fund after this project, and what does that tell you really about capital? You've got some pretty significant players that have invested in that fund, but what does it tell you about the capital that they're looking to deploy for a return? It's a for-profit fund, but also with a little bit of a philanthropic element.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I mean, you know, if I heard somewhere that philanthropy has always been 2% of our GDP for as long as anyone can remember. And obviously we still have a lot of problems in the world, even with all those philanthropic dollars going. And so we have to find some other way to channel more private sector capital into altruistic things. And in my opinion, the way to do that is not to get people to write more grants, but to get people to write more money that may have a return profile that's just a little bit different than market-based investments. And so that's what Housing Impact Fund is. It's a 20-year fund with a 6 to 8% return profile. That's about half of a normal return you'd get on a real estate deal, and it's about 3 times as long of a time horizon. And so it's certainly not for everybody, and it's not for folks who aren't diversifying in other ways. But for people who want to make an impact in affordable housing, it provides another vehicle outside of just writing a grant to do something that has as much impact and as much mission as anything that a nonprofit would do with grant money. And I think it's really exciting, and truthfully, we've seen new investors come to the table that I don't think have participated in affordable housing in the past show up because, one, they were attracted by the precedent of deals like Hillrock, and two, that return profile to at least get their money back in 20 years with some interest to hedge for inflation kind of opened the door for them to maybe invest some money that they normally otherwise wouldn't have. And so I think there's a lot of promise for this social impact sector, especially in markets like Charlotte. We really haven't had it in the past, and I hope that Housing Impact Fund is the first in many successive funds to come.